Winning is obviously very important to you. Now, winning for winning's sake is important. But do you like to beat another man?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I like to beat him.
Well, you smile about it. You like to crush another man's ego?
72% of you are not subscribed. Subscribe. Do it. Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. Today we're going to be talking about the standings. And I'm going to give my predictions on the final standings in the end of the season. And my playoff predictions on top of that. I don't know if I'll do my playoff predictions now. Maybe way too early playoff predictions. And not really too early standings, I'd say. I think this isn't too early anymore. But we're just going to go through each division. And I'm going to say who's going to place where. Alright, that's what I'm going to say. So, starting off with the AL East, number 5, the person in 5th place not getting anywhere. I think that is going to be Baltimore. Baltimore is going to be last place. I do think that 100%. I don't really see there being a chance of them catching up. I mean, they haven't really done anything in the trade deadline. They haven't really done enough. When it comes to 4th place, there's nothing more I really got to talk about Baltimore. Baltimore ain't making any further. When it comes to 4th place, I think that the Toronto Blue Jays are actually going to stick at 4th place. I think the Yankees did something that allows them to kind of stay above them. The Blue Jays went out and got Brad Hand. Not a terrible closer, but not a great, you know, like he hasn't been that great this year. He's been good, decent, but not great. I don't really think they made any actual, like, positional trades. I don't think they went out and grabbed anybody offensively, did they? I don't remember them grabbing anybody offensively. If they did, correct me in the comments. But from what I've seen, they're a good team, but they're just, I don't know, they're just not really ready. I do think they picked up a rotation piece, but yes, Jose Barrios. They did pick up Jose Barrios. Jose Barrios, though, he's good, but he's not impactful enough, you know? He's not impactful enough. He's not an ace. He's ace potential, but he's not an ace. Not yet. So I don't think this year they'll get above the Yankees because of what the Yankees did. The Yankees, I think they'll be 3rd place. I think they'll stay at 3rd place. I don't really think they're going to get any higher than that, considering the next 2 teams are just better. The Yankees, they went out and picked up Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo, which at first I didn't think were good pickups, but, well, at least Joey Gallo. But when I really looked into it, they needed lefty bats, and that's exactly what they got. So, actually kind of working out for them. They also went out and picked up a rotation piece recently. I can't exactly remember who it was. Picked up somebody. Andrew Heaney. He might do decent there, but hey, he's somebody, you know? He's somebody to get in there. I don't think they really have a 5-man rotation. I think that guy kind of fills it. They have Garrett Cole. Yeah, they lost Corey Kluber, which kind of hurts them. So they got like Garrett Cole, Jordan Montgomery, Domingo Germán, Andrew Heaney, and there's somebody else I'm forgetting in that mix. Somebody I'm completely forgetting. Somebody I'm completely blinded on. But I do think the New York Yankees adding those 2 pieces will keep them above the Toronto Blue Jays. And I do think their pitching all in all is just a bit better than the Blue Jays. They have a better closer, the Yankees. The rotation's better. They have a legitimate ace out there of Garrett Cole. Their other 4 are just, you know, they're a bit better. Because the Jays, they got like Steven Matz, Ross Stripling. When those 2 guys are in your rotation, that's a problem. I don't know if Jose Barrios kicks one of them out, but that's still a bit of a problem. Alek Manoah, I don't really know how he's doing. I think he's kind of shaky. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Yankees are just a better team than them. I think they'll stick at 3rd. So right now, I think the bottom 3 are going to stay the exact same. Now, this is where I think it's going to change. I think Tampa is going to end up being above Boston. I think Tampa will end up being above Boston. As you can see, they're only a half game back. They picked up Nelson Cruz. Wander Franco, I think, is going to pick it up a bit. And when Wander Franco picks it up a bit, I think that's when the team is really going to skyrocket. Them picking up Nelson Cruz was huge. They also got this new fucking reliever. They got rid of Diego Castillo, and he's a 2.71 ERA after they messed with him. But this one guy is holding a 681 OPS against the batters he's faces here in 30 innings. Is a 3 ERA. So think about when he goes to the Rays. What the Rays do to pitchers, they take what they are and make them 10 times better. So this guy is going to be 10 times better than them 3 ERA. He's going to end up being a great reliever. So he's going to be a huge piece for that pen. And the rotation isn't terrible. All in all, I think the team just shows that they can be so much better. They beat the Yankees 14-0 the other day. My God. And I do think they've picked up more pieces than just Nelson Cruz and the reliever. I think they did pick up somebody else I'm blanking on. That was actually kind of a big deal, if I remember correctly. But I don't really know exactly what that was. I think it was a outfield piece. I think it was somebody who replaced Austin Meadows. Because I'm pretty sure Austin Meadows plays right field. I think. Or left. Nelson Cruz is more of a DH guy. I think Austin Meadows legitimately plays in the outfield. And I think they got somebody to replace him. I'm not really sure. Or at least platoon with him. But I do think they'll just get themselves over Boston. Boston's a great team this year. I do think they're still going to make it to the postseason. Especially with Chris Sale on his way back. I do think I can see Boston kind of... It's going to be close. It's going to be close, but I do think Boston's going to come in second. But I do think they will make it to the wild card. Easily, in fact. I definitely think they're making it to the wild card. They're a great team, and they're about to get Chris Sale back on top of that. Now, when it comes to the postseason, I don't really know how it's going to go for the two teams against each other because they're probably going to face each other. But Boston, I think they'll come in second. Chris Sale, I'm not really sure when the guy comes back. I really have no clue. I've heard him coming back a little bit, but like he's still not back yet, so I don't really know what's going on with Chris Sale. Their offense is great. They're a great team this year, but I do think Tampa's just... They're smarter almost. I don't know how to put it. Tampa kind of just plays way better, and they make players play way better than they should. They're just all around a great team. All right, coming up next, we're going to the AL Central. So I do think... So it's Tampa first, Boston second, Yankees third, Toronto fourth, Baltimore fifth. Now for the AL Central. Number 5, I think, is going to be Kansas City. I do think Kansas City is going to end up being just a bit worse than Minnesota because when it really comes down to it, Minnesota is just a bit better of a team than Kansas. Especially with Kansas getting rid of Jorge Soler, who usually rakes in the second half. And he probably is going to rake again. Minnesota did lose Jose Barrios, but the rotation is still better than Kansas City. Especially since Kansas City also just lost Danny Duffy. He's on the IL, but he is coming back soon. So, yeah, I think Kansas City down the stretch is just going to end up being a worse team and have a worse record than the Minnesota Twins. Especially if Byron Buxton comes back. I'm not really sure when he does. I don't know his timetable. But if he comes back, Kansas City is definitely falling into last place. So I think Minnesota's 4. Kansas City is going to be 5. Detroit is going to stay at 3rd. I think Detroit is going to stay at 3rd. They're honestly just playing way better than they should be. Casey Mize is having a decent year. Tarek Skubal's a bit shaky. Offense is actually not horrible. Jonathan Scope really helping that offense out. There's a few little pieces in there, like Akil Badu, who's doing really good himself, too, for a rookie campaign, who also hasn't hit above single A. Very impressive year by that guy. Bullpen, they do have Gregory Soto. They have a legit closer out there for Gregory Soto. They're not really that bad of a team. They're just all young and developing. That's really it. So I do think they'll stay in 3rd above Minnesota. Minnesota is a bit of a mess. Cleveland, that's where it's going to come in. They're a bit shaky. Detroit could end up being above them, but I'm going to say Cleveland's going to stay right there. They did get back Zach Plesac. Aaron Savali's gone for the rest of the year, though, I'm pretty sure, but they did just lose Eddie Rosario and Cesar Hernandez. In fact, you know what? They might be below Detroit. Cleveland might legitimately be below Detroit. I don't know. No, I can't put them below Detroit. I think Cleveland's going to stay second. They still have those all-stars out there like Framo Reyes, Jose Ramirez. They got good pieces out there. They still have Zach Plesac. They got James Karinchak in the pen. I don't really know how he's doing on the season, though, actually. But they did just lose Brad Hand, too. Man, they might be... Actually, was Brad Hand on the... I think he was on the Indians, right? He wasn't, was he? Oh my god, no. Wait. What team was he on? Was he on the Reds? Or, not the Reds, the Indians? Am I thinking that correctly? I think he was. Hold on, let me check. Let me double check this. I need to double check this. It's actually bothering me. Actually bothering me. Pull this up. Brad Hand. He was playing... He was on Washington. My bad. I don't know what... He was on the Indians at one point, and then he went to Washington. I just never really caught on to that. So, Cleveland has lost pieces, but they still have all-stars, unlike Detroit. Detroit doesn't really have those big those big guys yet. You know, they don't have Jonathan Scope is probably one right now, but Cleveland's got those pretty big names out there that is kind of keeping them above Detroit and should be able to carry their team to hold them above. But they're going to stay at second, and I don't think they're going to end up making it to wild card. Chicago White Sox, obviously, first. Team is insane. They just picked up Craig Kimbrell, for fuck's sakes. They said, why not just have two amazing closers? Let's have literally the best closer in baseball right now, and let's have one of the top 5 or top 10 closers right now in baseball also on top of that. Because why the fuck not? I don't understand why they did it, but they made their bullpen so stupidly dominant. They also have Michael Kopech in there if they ever want to go to him. Their bullpen is stupidly good. The rotation is Giolito, Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease. They have a good rotation. Their offense is insane. Eloy Jimenez is back. Luis Robert I'm pretty sure he's coming back before the end of the season. Yohan Moncada. Yasmani Grandal, I don't know if he's coming back before the end of the season. Not really sure, but I'm pretty sure they have a guy in there who's doing really good at the moment. If I remember correctly, I do think they got a catcher to play instead of him, who's actually doing good. Who's not Yermin Mercedes. But yeah, no, their team, they have Jose Abreu. Like, they have a great team. Tim Anderson, their team's amazing. They deserve to be number 1. Their team's great. They're all young. They're amazing. They're a great team. They will stay in first, and they'll make it to the postseason easily. So let's, I say on to the AL West. Let's talk about who the placements. Chicago White Sox second, Chicago White Sox first, Cleveland second, Detroit third, Kansas is going to be 5th, and Minnesota is going to be 4th. So the only things that switch is Kansas City and Minnesota. That's the only 2 that are going to switch in the AL Central. In the AL West, this is a tough one. This is interesting, actually. This is a mess is what it is. So the Rangers got no chance in coming back. I mean, they're like 15 games behind the second, behind 4th place. They're not making it back. I think Texas is going to stay 5th easily. It's going to be an interesting feature for them. They did just get rid of Joey Gallo, which is a pretty big deal. So their team became even worse. That team ain't going nowhere for a little bit. So Texas easily 5th place. They're not going anywhere. 4th place is going to be the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners did just pick up Diego Castillo to replace Kendall Graveman, but they traded Kendall Graveman to a competitor, and it pissed off the team, so the team's probably not in the greatest mindset. I do think they're going to fall back, and I think they're going to fall back behind the Angels, because I think the Angels are a solid 3rd place team. They have pieces. They have their offense. They did just get rid of Andrew Heaney, but Andrew Heaney wasn't doing that great, so it's not that big of a deal. But they're 51 and 52. When it really comes down to it, you look into the numbers of the Mariners team. It doesn't really make any sense for them to have a record like that. They've had a year like this before. I do think in the second half they're going to struggle a lot more and end up not really doing too good. They are facing Texas though, so that's going to help them. But we'll see how it ends up going. I do think the Angels are going to end up on top of them. But I do think 3rd place Angels, yes. 4th place Mariners. But I do think Oakland is going to stay 2nd. The Angels are not going to bypass Oakland. Oakland is just a better team. Ramon Laureano, Matt Olson, Shaman Ice having a great season. They got this rookie James Caprillion who's doing amazing for the rotation. They're a solid team. They're a solid team for sure. Frankie Montes will go out there and have an amazing start here and there. I think he's actually not even having that terrible of a season right now. They also picked up Starling Marte. That just locks them in. Them picking up Starling Marte kind of just locked in this season for them to at least get 2nd place. I don't think they're a 1st place team. I don't think they're better than Houston. Houston is easily the 1st place, especially after they picked up Kendall Graveman, who's an insane closer, having a great season out of nowhere. And they also have Ryan Presley in that bullpen. And Roberto Osuna, I don't know if Roberto Osuna is coming back. I think he still is on the Astros. I think he got Tommy John or something. He might come back before the end of the season. I'm not really sure when he got it. The rotation consists of Justin Verlander, who's going to be coming back, I'm pretty sure near the very end of the season. They got Zach Greinke, Lance McCullers Jr., Framber Valdez. They have Christian Javier, who's like a reliever and starter. They have a good team. They have Luis Garcia, who's on a Rookie of the Year campaign. Great pitcher for the rotation. Their offense is stupidly stacked, having Yuli Gurriel over at first, Michael Brantley, Correa, Altuve, Bregman. They got a great team. Astros are just better than Oakland. They are. They're kind of close, but not really. Oakland is just not as good. They're a great team, but they're just not nearly as good as Houston. So the placements go Houston 1st, Oakland 2nd, Angels 3rd, Seattle 4th, and Rangers 5th. That is where I'll place that. the NL East. This is a really, really tight division. Very tight division. Now, this is how I think it's going to end. I think the Nationals are going to end 5th. I don't think they're going to end 4th anymore. They just get rid of Kyle Schwarber, who I think was coming back near the end of the season. Max Scherzer, Trey Turner. They got rid of all their all-stars and superstars besides Juan Soto. So I do think they're going to end up 5th because they don't even have a legit ace anymore. The rotation's pretty bad. Steven Strasburg, I don't even know if that fucking guy is pitching. The guy's been injury-plagued nonstop. The Miami Merlins, I think they're just going to end up on top. They're kind of just a more, passionate team at this point, probably. Their mindset's probably a lot better. Sure, they got rid of Starling Marte, but they're a young, exciting team with a solid rotation, actually. Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Trevor Rogers, Sixto Sanchez. I don't really know when he's coming back. I think he got some shoulder injury. I don't think he got Tommy John. He might have, though. I don't really know what's going on with him, but he's ready 2022. But I do think Miami Marlins, they're not too far back of the Washington Nationals. I think by the end of the season, they will end up above them. Now, coming in 3rd place, I think is going to be the Phillies. The Phillies are just, I don't know how they're barely neutral. Like, they're not really that good of a team. Their pitching's a mess. Zach Wheeler's kind of carrying that pitching staff. The bullpen throws a lot of the fucking games. Literally looks like the Toronto Blue Jays. And except, I think worse. I think last year I know that they had the worst bullpen in like history or some shit. But their team doesn't really make much sense to be doing as good as they're doing. The offense is decent. Not doing amazing. Bryce Harper's doing good. Not like MVP level like he should be. JT Realmuto's kind of struggling. DD is really fucking struggling. Reese Hoskins is struggling. Maybe he's on a streak right now, but the guy goes in such droughts. But I do think the Phillies are just not a 2nd place team. They're not. They're not built enough. I do think they picked up some bullpen pieces, but you know how Philadelphia works. Any bullpen piece that goes there goes to die, goes to kill off their career. Kind of how it works in Philly. Coming in 2nd place, I think is going to be the New York Mets. Yeah, I'm not going to lie about this. I do think the New York Mets are not going to finish 1st. I think with them not being able to have DeGrom like ever at this point, he keeps on getting injured. I don't think Syndergaard's coming in to finish the season. I don't think Syndergaard is going to pitch yet. He might, but I don't think he is. Carlos Carrasco shut up. He did decent, but they lost Lindor. They picked up Javi. Javi's, you're going to have to really hope that he picks it up hitting-wise, or at least show that he can hit. The team is just not really consistent enough to hold themselves at 1st, especially with the moves that Atlanta did. The moves that Atlanta did in the trade deadline is definitely going to help them a lot more. They picked up Jock Peterson, which is a nice little power bat. They also picked up a huge piece. Hold on, let me go search it up real quick. I need to confirm this. Atlanta Braves, they picked up somebody big. Also, Tuki Toussaint was called up, and he's doing amazing. That's a good thing to point out. Or not called up. I don't think he was just randomly called up, but he's doing great. Braves picked up Jorge Soler. That's a big fucking deal. That guy is amazing in 2nd half. They also picked up Richard Rodriguez for the bullpen, because I'm pretty sure they were closing games with Will Smith, who was struggling, but Richard Rodriguez is a solid closer. He's a legitimate closer this season, showing that he can be a real closer. That's really going to help them out. Freddie Freeman's starting to heat up. He's hitting really well. Ozzie Albies is being a great hitter this season. Sure, they lost Acuna, but their offense is still amazing with Austin Riley hitting at an amazing level this season. I do think the Atlanta Braves are going to come on top and end up being in 1st. This division is so close. They're only 4 games back. I do think they're going to get it. I think that is how the NL East is going to end, with Atlanta 1st, Mets 2nd, Philly 3rd, Washington 5th, and Miami 4th. It's all going to be moved around. The division is stupidly close. Coming into the NL Central, Pittsburgh going to stay at 5th. Easily. Team's not good enough. Team's not good enough to get anywhere. I think the Chicago Cubs are going to stay at 4th. They did just get rid of a shit ton of their players, but they're not bad enough to lose 10 games and for the Pittsburgh Pirates to win 10. I do think they're not worse than Pittsburgh, but they're still a pretty damn bad team. Coming in 3rd, I think it is going to still be St. Louis. I don't think they even made a fucking trade in the trade deadline. Not a single one. They needed to if they want to make a push. And they're not even that far back. 6.5 games back at first. I don't know why they didn't make a trade. Kind of confuses me. But I do think they're going to stay third. They're just not that great of a team. They're kind of boring. Their team isn't great. Carlos Martinez, dude. My God. That guy could have been a big piece for them. Like, he could have been an ace potential pitcher like he used to be. And then he just got fucked. Like, he was bad. And that definitely hurt them. Adam Wainwright's having a good season, but Andrew Miller's struggling in the bullpen, who needs to be a solid reliever for them, and he's not. Alex Reyes is kind of imploding all of a sudden. And it was only a matter of time with his walk rate. So yeah, St. Louis kind of makes sense to stay third. Cincinnati is going to stay second. Their team's actually pretty good, but pitching doesn't really come through as much as it needs to. And when it does, offense doesn't come through. Joey Votto's all of a sudden found the fountain of youth, and he is hitting at a great slash line. But Milwaukee is kind of just fucking crazy now. Willy Adames, ever since they got him, they've been one of the best teams in baseball. They also picked up a few guys in the trade deadline. If I go look right now, they picked up, okay, I don't know why there was Daniel Norris stuff. I don't know if they ended up getting him, but I don't remember that. Holy fuck, it's all talking about Daniel Norris when they did make an actual pretty big trade. They picked up Eduardo Escobar. I can't believe I forget about that. But yeah, they picked up Eduardo Escobar. That's a huge offensive piece with how he's doing this year. He's doing great this year. They have Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, and Freddie Peralta in their rotation. Those are literally 3 aces. Right now this year, those are 3 guys that could win a Cy Young. Those guys are stupidly good. And Freddie Peralta is actually on pace for the Cy Young. This guy's having a stupidly good year. Guy's doing amazing, man. Their team's good. They are no joke. Bullpen has Josh Hader. They have a fucking top 5 closer in the game. They also have Devin Williams in there who's having a good season. I think he has like a 3 ERA. That's good for a reliever. Good for a setup, dude. Milwaukee easily staying first. Cincinnati's only 4 games back, but I think Cincinnati's just going to, or not Cincinnati. I think Milwaukee's just going to keep on winning. And I think they're just going to hold it. I think they're just going to hold that first place slot and do pretty good. I think they're easily a first place team. So Milwaukee first place, Cincinnati second, St. Louis third, Chicago fourth, and Pirates fifth. I completely agree with how it is right now. I think that is exactly how it's going to end up finishing. I think that perfectly lines up. I don't really see anything wrong with that. It's interesting how they're all lined up how I think they should be. Coming to the NL West, man, this is interesting. NL West, boys, if you want to watch some baseball, watch the NL West, man. This is a fun division going on right now. It is close all around, man. You got San Diego tied with first place, which is interesting. Don't really know how the fuck that works. It's because they've played less games, so that's why they're not first. It's because they've played less games. LA Dodgers are... sorry. Oh my god, why did I just say that? I read the wrong stat. Padres are 5.5 games back at first. Dodgers are 3 games back at first. It's all close. It's 5.5 games between 1 to 3. That's insane. That is really fucking close. That is like the NL East, except even closer. That's 8 games. This is only 5.5. That's insane. But then it's 19.5, 31.5 stuff. Stuff for the 2 guys after that. But it is a very good division to watch. Arizona's going to stay in 5th. They're a terrible team. They have pieces here and there. They just got rid of Eduardo Escobar to make their team worse. Zach Gallen can't really find his stuff. He did have a good start against the Dodgers the other day, but he has that kind of start like 1-5. But otherwise, he's not having his command this year. Colorado, not a good team. Trevor Story's struggling. Ryan McMahon's having a good year, but Ramon Marquez and Ryan McMahon are kind of the bright spots on that team right now. Probably Blackman's having a bad year. The team's just not doing good, man, and they haven't done good for a long time. I think they're both going to be 5th and 4th. I think the Padres are actually going to stay 3rd. I think the Padres are going to stay 3rd. They're a good team. Wait, who did they pick up? Oh, shit. They picked up Adam Frazier. They picked up Adam Frazier, but they didn't get Max Scherzer, and that would have been the big deal. If they picked up Max Scherzer, I think that would have easily gotten them 1st or 2nd. But I do think San Diego's going to stay 3rd. They're a good team. Great team, man. But you have run into a year where the Giants and the Dodgers are just not fucking around. Like, my God. They're not fucking around. I'm sorry, but San Diego fans, you're not getting a 2nd or 1st. You're just not. You're gonna end up being third. You know, I think you'll end up getting a wild card, but I don't think you'll end up being second or first. LA Dodgers, I think they're gonna have first. With the Max Scherzer and Trey Turner trade, they kind of just made their team what they need to be. Mookie Betts is also about to come back. Corey Seager is back. Clayton Kershaw's on his way back. This team's looking good, man. The only shaky spot's the bullpen, but at the same time, it's actually kind of not when I look into it. Jimmy Nelson's been a great reliever for us. Blake Trinan's been good. Kenley Jansen's been shaky here and there, but all in all, has been a great reliever for us, great closer. He's just having a few shaky moments here and there. The reason why I think they're getting above the Giants is, yeah, because they picked up Max Scherzer, another ace, and Trey Turner, who's just going to stack that lineup even more. AJ Pollock's picked it up. Chris Taylor's having a breakout year. Cody Bellinger just kind of needs to pick it up. He might be benched soon even, just to give Chris Taylor playing time. Albert Pujols we also picked up, who's a great lefty hitter, like a great guy against lefties. So, I mean, the Dodgers have done what they need to kind of solidify themselves in first place. They're only 3 games back. They're close. And we're in an Arizona series. We did lose just yesterday. Trey Turner, I'm pretty sure, will be playing today, so it's going to be fun to watch that. The Giants did pick up Chris Bryant. They're a great team still because of that. Interesting that they did that. I don't know what they're going to do with Evan Longoria, or if they're maybe just going to throw him into left field. Probably what they're going to end up doing because he has been playing a bunch of left. But San Francisco, I think they are going to fall to second, but I don't think they're going to fall under San Diego after getting Chris Bryant. The team's been fucking amazing, man. Evan Longoria, I think, is having a decent year. Buster Posey's having an amazing year. Brandon Crawford's having a career year. They just picked up Chris Bryant, which is going to be a big deal. I'm pretty sure I already brought that up. They have Kevin Gausman, who's doing great. They have a solid bullpen with Jake McGee and Tyler Rogers. Their team's good, man. Their team's good. I actually like their odds. I like their odds at sticking in second. I just don't think they'll be able to hold first. But yeah, that's the rankings. I think Dodgers first, Giants second, Padres third, Rockies fourth, Arizona fifth. I will actually make a separate video for playoff predictions. This actually ended up being a 26-minute video, and my throat's starting to hurt. I think I'm going to stop right there, and those are my placements. I'll probably make a page right at the end of the screen showing my placements all across the board of where everybody will end up finishing. And I don't think I'll do exact records. Kind of annoying. It's too precise. The odds of me. It's pointless. Pointless to even bother trying to do that. But yeah, boys, that is going to do it for the video. Comment down below if you think you disagree with one of my placements. Go ahead, put your opinions down below. I'm interested to see what you think. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Who will finish first? Who will finish last? Who will be where? I'm interested to hear about it. Who do you think will win the World Series? Just go ahead and comment that down below too. Sure, I'm making a player prediction video, but that would be interesting to hear. But yeah, boys, hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy. Subscribe to my content like this. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.